I have some great news today. As you have understood from the title of the video, today is the day when I've passed the Google Professional Data Engineering exam for Google Cloud. I have done it several hours ago. It was a pretty stressful period. Yesterday I was pretty stressed, the day before yesterday, and the last 1-2 weeks were like pretty full with preparation. But I've been preparing in general for about 2 months or so, and I would say it was enough time to do so, 2-3 months. And before the last 2 weeks, I didn't really put a lot of focus on the preparation. I have done it gradually, steadily, bit by bit, and only the last 2 weeks were in extreme focus. And it worked pretty well. And in this video, I'll share my experience. How did it go? What helped me the most? How did the whole journey, preparation journey look like? And I'll share some useful resources for you to use when preparing for this exam. Also, a side note that when you do this exam, in the software, the provider that Google uses for exam assessment, when you finish, they tell you whether you have passed or you have failed. So I have seen that I have passed, but to receive a real certificate, it says it's gonna take about 7 business days for Google to process the results and issue it. So there is a chance that something can go wrong and I don't get any certificate, or maybe my result doesn't get approved or something. But in general, I think realistically it should be fine, and probably by the time you're watching this video, you might see the certification right here. So let's dive into the journey, experience, and resources. Let's start by talking about the structure of the exam. So I have this fresh in my memory, so I can speak confidently. In my case, it was 50 questions, exactly 50, and I had 2 hours to do them. The questions are in the form of a quiz, multi-choice question, multi-select question, and that's it, essentially. No questions where you need to input something, nothing. Just quizzes, just tests. Also, I know that Google changes the provider which does the assessment for you, the software, the evaluation, the tracking if you cheat or not. I've been doing it with the current provider, which will be the old provider in several days. Basically, these are the last days when Google works with the company called Criterion. And they're the ones that provide the software and assessment experience. I saw some people online were really not happy with this provider, and that's probably the reason why Google moves to another provider called Pearson's, I guess. I know nothing about Pearson's, but now I know a little bit about Criterion. For me, the exam experience was good enough. I mean, it's not a super intuitive user interface, not the best UX of my life, but in the end, it worked. Basically, you get the instructions, what you need to do. Basically, you go to their portal, to your assessments, you download the secure browser, a browser that they provide that kind of blocks everything, quits all programs, etc., so that you can't cheat on your computer. And this is a bit of a weird piece of software. And as you can imagine, it can have many issues, many bugs, because it requires so many permissions to close all the stuff, to monitor everything. So it's clear why it might not be the best experience. But I don't know. I guess with Pearson's, the experience should be better. For me, the only issue I had is related to this secure browser and Chrome, because I have opened it from the Chrome, and it asks you I need to close these programs, and Chrome was one of the programs that it needed to close. and I clicked like close it and nothing happened. It was not able to close it for some reason, and yeah, in the end it just closed. Yeah, the secure browser. But with the second attempt, when I used Safari, I closed Chrome myself, and like this, it worked pretty fine without any issues. So these kinds of technical issues can be pretty stressful. Just imagine you are trying to connect to your exam, and then if the software just doesn't launch and you have the exact time when you need to like kind of start. So it can be stressful, but as I said, hopefully with the new provider, the experience will be better. Now, fellow people, let's talk about the resources I have used to prepare. So the first and the main resource that I think everyone will recommend you when you are preparing for these exams is doing the learning path for data engineers on the platform called skills.google. So this is the path I've been doing for the past months, and I've been uploading videos in this playlist of the progress. It's huge. It consists of another courses covering different topics about different aspects of data engineering on Google Cloud, and it covers main services that you will be using as a data engineer, and these services are also obviously are a part of the exam itself. So it's a huge one. It's like more than 40 hours, I think, or something. It's very big, but it gives you a nice overview of all that is offered for data engineering on Google Cloud. And what's very important and very useful is having these hands-on labs, basically where Google provisions a temporary project for you, gives you credentials, gives you like a task that you can go through. And you open the Google project in GCP, real one, and follow the tasks in the labs. It's an extremely nice way to get a hands-on experience without provisioning an account, worrying about spending money on it, etc. So it's provisioned for you, it's free, and I think it's an amazing resource if you are just starting your preparation journey. Majority of my preparation time went into this learning path, but I think for the last 2 or 3 weeks, once I have finished the path, I switched to Udemy courses. And let's talk about them because I think it's very valuable as well, and it impacted as much or maybe even more the positive outcome on the test. So you can see now the courses that I have added for this preparation, and from these 4 courses I have completed only 2 of them. If I had more time, I would go through each of them, but I didn't have enough time, so I chose 2 of the courses and did them. So the first one, the one that I watched right after completing the learning path, was this course from Dan Sullivan called Google Cloud Professional Data Engineer Get Certified 2022. Yes, 2022 is like a long time ago, and there is some stuff outdated, but he's a nice instructor and he gives you a high-level overview of all the services that you might encounter. Yes, as I said, a little bit outdated, but let's be fair, there is some new stuff on Google Cloud, but the majority of core technologies like BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, cloud storage, PubSub, these are the core things that you'll be using as a data engineer, and they didn't change that much. So my rating for this course is high. I even rated it as a 4 stars out of 5. This is a good rating. Why not 5? Because it's kind of too high level. But nevertheless, it's worth taking, and I recommend you if you are looking for the course. These 2 courses you can see also from Dan Sullivan, practice tests. I just didn't use them. I added it to my list, but I opted in for another course with practice questions. And this course by Ankit Mistry, GCP, Google Professional Data Engineer Certification. This one I have edited. I have started watching it, like I have watched the introduction video, but it was after me finishing this course but by Dan Sullivan, and at this point I didn't have enough time to watch another like a video course, so I have went straight to practice questions. And I have used this course by Priya DW, Google Cloud Data Engineer Certification Practice Tests 2026. Another course by Dan Sullivan, also with practice tests, but I think I chose the one by Priya because it says 2026, so at least I hoped that the questions there would be fresher. And if we open this course, you can see it's just 6 exam learning notes. Basically, each of them is like a exam, and yeah, you can see my attempts. Yeah, this one is obviously the first one. I was just testing out how it works, but essentially you go through it with an interface like a quiz, and you can yeah, answer the questions and practice the questions. I highly recommend doing the practice tests, and also a note that you do not need actually to buy a course for that. You can if you want, because when you do it on Udemy, it gives you like a nice interface. For example, if I start it again, okay, it says, okay, here I can resume the test. So this is how it looks like. Basically, you have a bunch of questions on the left and a quiz like this. It just gives you a nice interface to do it. But majority of these questions, they are publicly available, and if you Google for professional data engineer certification on GCP questions dump, you will find some websites that offer like a lot of questions where you can also practice. A huge feature here is that you can get explanations of your answers. And yeah, and also it's like a nice interface to work with. So for example, here the question, answers, and yeah, explanation. In this specific course, explanation is AI generated, but in majority of cases it's nice, it's accurate, it explains you pretty well. So the fact that it's AI generated, it's not so bad, because like there are many questions, someone has done the work for you, and it makes your life easier. But as I said, there is a free road as well. Just do the research on your own and work with a dump of questions. That helps a lot, because you can understand the technology, but unless you practice the test specifically, it might be hard. It might be actually pretty hard. I think you can still pass it even without looking at the questions and specifically preparing for such quiz format, especially if you're like smart, not like me. But definitely doing these tests helps a lot. And a special shout out to the course for preparation. I didn't get the chance to watch it completely because I have opted for the courses on Udemy, and by the time that I finished the courses on Udemy, I didn't have enough time to watch this one. But it's a pretty good course. It's totally free. It's on YouTube. It's fresh, as you can see, published 9 months ago. And the instructor, the person who did this course, is also great. He speaks clearly in a nice plain English and covers the topics deep enough. I have watched only the first part, which is like 1 hour 40 minutes. But if we look here, you can see there is a presentation which is done nicely. He explains everything pretty well, but he also shows you like a hands-on demo doing stuff. So I highly recommend this course. It's I would say it's a gem on YouTube. A lot of work and high quality. I would suggest you to do the learning path on Google, then watch this nice free course on YouTube. If you want, take some courses on Udemy, as I did, and finally just grind through practice questions a lot. That's what I did for the last week. I've been grinding through the questions like every day, and it did help so much. I think I have emphasized enough how these questions helped me, so do the same, and it helps. And this is it. The whole playlist comes to an end. The journey of 4 months of my life preparing for this learning path has come to an end. If you've been watching this playlist from the beginning, then I'm very grateful to have you here. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed my company in preparation for the exam. I wish you best of luck on the exam. I'm sure with the right resources, you will be able to pass it as well. So again, best of luck and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.